Today I'm going to be depotting and mixing my own colors of eyeshadow. I'm not gonna create anything new. I'm just gonna take what I already have, depot it. If I like the color as is, I'll probably just keep it, put it in my magnetic palette. This is my magnetic palette, just bought for this. Otherwise, I'm going to completely scrape it out. We're gonna have a scrape, mix, and pat down party. I want my own travel palette, and I can't find one that suits all my needs. Now, to be fair, when I planned all of this, I still had blonde hair. Maybe I'll just make one for my blue-green hair, mermaid hair, they call it. Then I'll make one that would go well with my blonde brown hair, which is like a lot of golds. The golds right now with this color don't look as good as with my natural color, but we'll figure it out. This is what I'm actually going to be putting the new makeup into. It's basically just an empty palette. It's bigger than I intended. I mean, I wanted one about this size for travel purposes, but it's about double that. But it'll be cute anyway. What you do is crush up the makeup and put it into these little pieces. And these little just stick right in. They also have square ones if it bothers you that there's gaps in it. It kind of bothers me, but I already committed. Let me show you some of the supplies that I bought just for this. I got this handy little tool. Oh my goodness, it is massively reflective. Holy crap, you can see everything. It's not what I bought it for. It's actually so that I can dump out the mica powder from each of these, each shade, and I can mix shades how I like. That's the entire purpose. It also came with this little tool. It's super nice. Haven't used it yet, but it looks nice. Look how beautiful I look. All right. So I'm not sure what shade that I want to go with. I have a lot of choices, but I do know that I want to completely destroy this particular palette because I don't like it. It's cheap. It's from Torrid. Sorry, the person who bought it for me. It is cute. The colors are really nice, but the issue with them is that they're just not good enough quality. So if I'm gonna experiment, instead of getting rid of it, let's repurpose. This one is very cute. I really like a lot of the colors inside, but it's just, I don't know. I don't need this color. I don't need this color. Maybe black. I don't need that color. Don't need that color. This one looks really good on me, but don't need them. Just don't need them. Also, one of the things about these palettes is that they are kind of old and they're kind of dirty at this point. So, might as well. This one is actually one of the cutest ones. I think it has the best colors in it for what I'm trying to do. This one I was really excited about when I first purchased it, but I regret it now and it must be destroyed. I don't want to waste the actual product, but I don't want to look at it anymore, and it's this one. This is the only one. I don't have the big one. I just have this one. I kind of regret buying it, but you know, whatever. We won't talk about that anymore until we destroy it. This one I've had. This is probably my oldest makeup palette. I've like cleaned it and everything, so you can't even tell how old it is anymore. I've actually already, oh my goodness, I've repurposed packed the two on this side, so you can't even, okay, well you can tell. But I've repacked those two. But I don't know, I just want a clean slate with this, I think. And so I think I'm gonna take some of them apart, maybe mix a few, add, subtract, division, all that. All right, here I am getting into it. You can see me getting them out pretty easily using this tool. Most of them went pretty smoothly, but as you can see, they kind of crushed up the powder on the edges, and I have to repress them. It got kind of annoying because I did lose some product, which was unfortunate. Another unfortunate thing about some of these pans, not so much this palette, but some of the other palettes, you'll start seeing the edges of the pan start bending. I swear they're made out of cheese, because they're just bend and crumple like nobody's business. Believe it or not, guys, I sped this stuff up by like 400% on some of these, and it still takes forever. So this is not like a quick little activity to do if you're wanting to do it yourself. It's gonna take you a little while. Of course, I'm sure it took me a little bit longer because I was trying to record on 2 cameras and get my brain together, but it still takes a bit of time. Here we have the third and final palette that was given to me by Aisha. Sorry, Aisha, if you expected me to do something better with these, but yeah, this is what I did with them. You can see what I was talking about with that pink one, how it's bent. Because these ones weren't magnetic like the rest of them, I wasn't unable to put them in my palette. So what I did was I stacked them up, flipped the top one so it would have coverage, took a rubber band and rubber banded them all together. I did that with this and the Torrid palette, and I'm just waiting for what in the world to do with them. So if anyone has any ideas, drop them below. One thing I will say about this Shane Dawson palette is the pans are huge, so you're definitely getting a lot of product in each of them. My issue is that none of these shades are usable for me. I have every single one in a better shade in a different palette, so it's really nothing, you know, worthwhile for me, unfortunately. Alright, so here you can tell I accidentally broke this one and couldn't really take it out after that. So I just decided to break it more and just use it like that. I should have taken the pink one out first. That was my bad. I should have taken the other blue one out, but I was like, it's fine, and I guess it's fine. I do have to say this palette was the most difficult, and I ended up just twisting it and turning it to try to break it, but it kept stabbing me and it almost cut my hand a couple times. Once I got the edge out a little bit, my finger actually got stuck in there for a minute, and after a while I just gave up. It wasn't worth potentially hurting my hands or having the product go everywhere. Okay, got an X-Acto knife for this one. So if you use any sort of sharp object, please be extra careful. Seriously. Be extra careful that you're not hurting yourself, because we don't want that. If at all possible, use something like this. Oh gosh. Use something like this where it's blunt on both ends, but it'll still do the job. Because it is really easy to just go everywhere with this, but we're gonna try it. Okay, guys, I just broke the tip of it. Oh my gosh. I gotta dispose of that really carefully. Good thing I don't need this for too many things. Gosh. Alright. You might not want to use an X-Acto. Alright. Now I gotta watch for pieces of X-Acto knife and make sure none of them go in there. So this was directly after I fixed the camera angle, so I do apologize about that. But as you can see, I'm starting to mix a couple colors to try to create a new shade. I know it's not really different from the original shade, but I wanted to try something new. So I hope you learned something from this. I will say the white from the Torrid palette that I just put in, it did not mix very well. It did not want to incorporate with everything else. So I kind of wish I didn't add that in. So at the end, you can see that there's some little white flecks still in there. It's eyeshadow after all, so I figured it's not that big a deal. It'll just get swept up with your brush anyway. Also, if I could do this again, I would definitely have cleaned my surface in between each one, but instead I trapped my paper towel under all the other eyeshadows, so it got really dirty. Sorry about that. What I just did right there, I didn't record it very well, but as you can see, I put in a little bit of alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, and that just mixes it up a little bit so you can press it better. I lost the rest of the last clip. I'm sorry. I do not know what I did with the footage. But here I am mixing up another neutral shade. I got really excited because I've added some gold in this one to kind of give it, you know, like a sunset kind of vibe. And I think it turned out really nice. try to be more careful than I was when pouring, because even though I was trying to get it all in, it just went all over the place. I mean, it is powder after all. So I will say I didn't put enough in this tin the first time, and so it got kind of low. You could definitely add more. They do hold a lot, but I just tap it down with my tool before going in with a quarter that has a paper towel in between. Now for this one, I didn't even get it wet. So that is an option depending on the powder that you're dealing with. I tried it both ways, and I definitely preferred this with what I was using, and I just pushed it pretty hard. You don't have to push crazy hard, but enough to get it firmly down. So I was just testing the shade here, and it's kind of like a sunsetty gold, so I was quite happy with it. I'm not very good at doing swatches, but here I decided to go a little crazy, and I actually Frankenstein something together, and just watch. So right here, we're actually learning why you don't overfill your pan. It's kind of hard to guess, but you kind of just have to feel it out. I wish I had scraped some of this out. It would have been a lot easier, but oh well. If you guys are interested, I have a lot more footage of me mixing and packing and all of those things. And if you want to see that in a different video, let me know in the comments. Maybe like the video. That way I know that I should put that together for you guys. And it'll be more of just, you know, like a pleasure kind of view. That sounds dirty, but it'll be fun. So just let me know if that's something you want to see. Alright guys, this is the final verdict. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want notifications every time I post. That way you never miss a video. And thanks for watching to the end, guys. I'm actually really proud of you if you made it this far. I know it's a long video and some of you don't want to commit that much time. So those of you who did, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And here's a little bonus for you. In the this ring light is the bane of my existence.